Terri, was it love at first sight for you too?
Yeah, you know, it was funny because we weren't real young when we met. These guys were really young, but Steve was like 29 and I was 27, and the first thing you think is, you know, he's probably in a relationship, but I didn't know how to say, hi, we've just met. Are you in a relationship? And so I think he kind of sensed that, so he said, would you like to meet my girlfriend? And I just felt utterly crushed.
You're like,
and
not
said,
really.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, that'd be really fun. And so he called out, hey Sue, hey Suey. And here comes his little dog, Suey.
Yeah.
And I went, boom, yeah, tick, no girlfriend.
Leading on to that, then when I was born, I love my name so much because my middle name is actually Sue, after the family dog.
And you're like Indiana Jones, named after a dog.
Named after the dog.
Bindi is named after a crocodile. So Bindi is actually a croc at the zoo as well. So you've got a croc and a dog. It's cool. I think that's really cool.
It's a name with a meaning.
Bindi,
Yeah.
Bindiana Jones.
That was a good one. I like that.
I like it.
That was really good.
Straya.
You mentioned you met Steve at the zoo, and we see this fantastic photo of the two of you from the day you met, right? Is it so much fun kind of taking a trip down memory lane and looking at that? And it's got to be so great for you guys, too, to see that.
Yeah, it's so special.
It is really
So
nice,
cool.
but interestingly enough, Steve and I met at Australia Zoo when I came just as a tourist and got that photo, and these guys did the same thing.
Yeah.
Chandler the tourist.
The tourists came and never left. Yeah, exactly.
We abducted Chandler.
Yeah.
Americans coming in and
But it was so cool seeing the parallels because it was right next to where Steve and Terri met, and Steve had just finished a croc demonstration, and I met Bindi right next door, and I was holding a koala, and Bindi was holding an echidna, and it was just love at first sight.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Was it really love at first sight?
Yeah, he still loves
Yeah.
koalas.
Yeah, I still love koalas and
echidnas.
Yeah, and echidnas. And you. And
Well,
Bindi.
thanks.
Yeah.
But you know, those koalas though, it is really special. But I love the photo
Yeah.
of Mum and Dad when they first met, because Dad is rocking his mullet, and then Mum has her very much 80s hair going, and it is so special. They're both just glowing. And
Straya.
got the mullet going.
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
It's unsafe.
Yeah, it is so
Yeah.
safe. You're so right. So it is really special, and to see those parallels, it's extraordinary.
It's almost like come full circle. kind of.
Exactly.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have to tell you though, you know, Steve and I had a very spirited and passionate and competitive marriage.
Yeah.
So we would always, you know, work together and kind of try to one up each other. And so when we hit milestones, you know, I kind of go, boom, Steve, we did that. These are the kind of things that Steve would have been so proud of. And I just do totally sense him every day. And
I think truly though, Dad would be so proud of Mum, because she is the fearless leader behind everything that we do. And as a young woman watching, I mean, for all of us, she is so
As a young woman.
inspirational. As a
As
young
a young
woman,
flower girl.
as a young flower girl.
woman.
But truly, for all of us, we always joke that Mum is like Sarah Connor. You know, like from Terminator.
Yeah.
She is so
Totally, yeah.
amazing, and you should see this girl jump on crocodiles, and she continues. She continues to lead Australia Zoo into the future, and continues to inspire people around the world. And she has made sure that our Wildlife Warriors conservation work continues to go from strength to strength. And how extraordinary that we have an awesome team, but the most unbelievable leader, and that is Mum. And that's
We've got a
pretty
pretty cool
amazing.
mum.
Yeah.
We do.
is incredible.
Mum, you're incredible.
well, I feel incredible now. Let's go jump a tall building.
Yay! We're in New York. It feels like a jungle here, honestly.
No, it does. I mean, Terri, was there ever a point where you thought maybe you didn't want to do this anymore after Steve passed, because maybe it would have been a painful reminder?
You know, it was an interesting, you make an interesting point,
Yeah.
and I think none of us are immune to grief. You know, if we love someone, will it endure grief at some point in our lives? And I can remember our team saying that when Steve passed, because he's everywhere. He's on the billboards and signage around the zoo, and his documentaries are playing, and they said, what do we do now? And I thought about it, and I said, just carry on as if he were still here. And that seems to be the right fit, just to kind of honor and remember him. And I know he said to me early on in the piece, if anything happens to me, please just carry on with my mission with Australia Zoo. And I thought it was such a fascinating thing to say, because back then there were only like 10 staff and a couple hundred animals, and now it's so huge and we're doing so much global conservation work. So it was an easier promise then. But how intriguing to me that he didn't say, take care of my family or take care of my friends, or he said, take care of my mission, my message. He said, I don't care if anyone remembers me, but I want my message to continue. And it was so profound to me that now, I mean, I still kind of look after his family. You know, I love them.
Oh my goodness.
But it is an interesting point to make that Steve knew what he was trying to achieve was much bigger than himself. It's bigger than us. It's trying to protect the planet and affect positive change.
Wait, so who made the decision to cut the mullet then? Did you, was that all you?
You know, Steve used to say to me, why do you always argue with me? You know you're going to get your own way. So I'd like to think I kind of did. But he was handsome no matter what. Just a little more handsome.
Without the mullet.
We love that.